Well, good evening, all. It is Saturday night. It's 11:33 a.m. a.m. 11:33 p.m. Central Standard Time. You're listening to Brian Hammond's podcast. I want to let you know that I am live, and I'm in San Antonio, Texas, and I will be hanging out with you, and we're going to go back over some of the things I discussed last night, because although a lot of you guys heard it, but it did not post under the shows, so I have no record of it, unfortunately, and I don't think Speaker Studio does. But if for any reason you guys didn't get it or got cut off, I do apologize for that. Been having technical issues. I think it's me this technically, but can't prove it yet. But we won't go there. Anyway, I hope y'all are enjoying your weekend. If not, please start. The weekend goes too fast, ladies and gentlemen, and we've got some things that needed to get discussed. They started last night. We're going to continue. I'm going to touch base on them, maybe go over them again. We've got a lot to cover. We have several issues in this area that we need to talk about. I'm hoping to start a conversation with you. I hope to get some kind of something going, even if it's just in your community, even if it's just you and your friends, you and your family. But we've got to start somewhere. We've already got it started, thanks to our students. But it took a shooting in their school to get this done. It took more deaths. It took more violence. When does it end, people? When does it end? You know, time after time I do podcasts, and I think I want to put positive out there, thinking it's going to help the negative, and bring somebody back and just make them think for a minute. And although that hasn't happened, I believe that it still can. I believe there are people out there decent enough to realize that although this is our youth growing up, and if they're scared to go to their classrooms or scared to go to the school campus, what's going to happen? Are they going to drop out and stay with mommy and daddy the rest of their lives? I don't think so. That's not going to happen. They're not going to want to do that any more than mom and dad's going to want them there. And I'm not saying you parents don't love your kids. All parents love their kids. But all parents want their kids to fly the nest at some point. It's normal. It's human nature. It's natural. Okay? We'll go back over that though. But it is the 24th day of February 2018, and we are live in San Antonio. Feel free to chat with me while I'm on air. You can chat with me through text. You can call in. You're welcome to leave me an email if you'd like at bdhammond45@gmail.com anytime. Or if you're lucky enough and can do it and have time, I understand that most families are busy, especially during the week and even on the weekends, spending time with their family, their kids, whatever. Either way, you still can get this show. You're lucky, because all you got to do is go to www.speakerstudio.com/gun control. And it's gun control, just facts though. Facts that I have investigated myself. I have read about with my own two eyes, heard it with my own two ears. I have no intention of giving you false information. I have no intention of trying to mislead anybody in this podcast or any other podcast that I do. If for some reason you find my information is inaccurate or not quite up to date, please feel free to let me know. I'll be glad to rectify the problem and correct it. I'll even correct it on air if necessary. I will take responsibility for what I say. Please do not think I'm telling you anything to do. I'm not telling you anything. That is not my job to change you people. It's my job to give you information. It's my job to help you see what's going on. Help you look for obvious signs before they happen. Because with that information, you can be proactive. You can be proactive. It means catch the problem before it starts. Or as it starts. Be early. Don't be late. You know, our mom and dad always taught us to be early. Be on time. Don't be late. Don't be late. I heard that all my life from my grandmothers. Don't be late. Don't be late. Don't be late. It's a shame it never kicked in from a mother, though. She was always late. Of course, most of my family was late. That's another story entirely. I don't have time for that. That is 46 years of, well, we won't go there. Either way. The point is we really need to start paying attention now. Right now, we got our youth that have kicked off a state-by-state protest wanting stricter gun laws to be put into effect in the United States. They want bigger, more stronger, more efficient background checks done before you hand them a gun. Now, there's lots of facts to go into. There's lots of things we don't realize. There's lots of research that has been done, but everybody thinks it's a cover-up to keep the gun laws and the people buying guns in business and the people selling them in business. I'm here to tell you right now, this is not a cover-up. This is not fake news. This is not put on. This is not pre-taped. This is live. Whatever I'm saying is going out to you right this minute, and it's 11:39 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay? I'm not trying to mislead, but I'm going to tell you one thing. Us as parents, we've got to take the first step in supporting our children. If we're not going to support them, they're not going to make it. We taught them to grow up and get their education. They can't get their education if they're scared that they're going to get shot every time they step on the campus or in their classrooms. That's not going to encourage a teacher to want to work in that school, or any school for that matter. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not here to judge you, but the first step we have to take is get involved with our children. Get more involved with what they're doing, what they're seeing, what they're hearing, what they're saying. Know their friends. And by the way, if you own a firearm, or you're thinking about buying a firearm for your house, my suggestion to you would be, if you have children under the age of 5, even over the age of 5, you need to hear this. Your firearm is your all's responsibility. You and your wife or your significant other are the only two adults that should know where that firearm is. And it should be in a locked box, not left out in pretty sight for somebody else to play with or lay their hands on. That's how problems start. They start right there at home, and the accidents are always close to home or at home. Think about that. I'm not here to judge. I know, because I've been there, done that too many times in my life. Not necessarily a firearm, but I was young and dumb once. And trust me, some of the things I did were pretty dumb. Pretty dumb. I wasn't a very smart teenager, let me tell you. I thought I knew it all, and I didn't know a damn thing. Now, I never owned a firearm. I don't even know how to shoot one, to be honest with you. But nowadays, I'm considering going to learn. But my problem is there's so many handguns being sold out there. And there's so many different models, types, makes. And so many of them want to buy certain things and change them into something else. And make them more powerful, more deadly. How much more deadlier can you get with lead flowing into your, being pumped into your chest at a high rate of speed? Do you realize that there are thousands and thousands of deaths due to firearms? And I'm not just talking about last year or the year before or the year before. This has been going on for years, many years. You know, this research, and this is introductory notes, this is pure facts. Okay? In the research, it's based upon most recent available data. In 2016, facts from earlier years are cited based upon availability and relevance. In other words, it's got to connect with the rest of the stuff that's been going on. Like the shootings. These mass shootings last year, those are not coinky-dinks. There's no coinky-dinks. That last year ended. They had to find something new this year, so they went back to the public school system. And it is now teaching our kids how to be violent and deadly. Good thing to teach our children. There's enough of that on TV. Do we have to really make it real life? We got to monitor what our kids watch, including our teenagers. You know, there are such things as being reasonable, I mean, nobody deserves to die because somebody else is having a bad day. I mean, come on. If you get laid off from your job or you call off sick from your job, are you going to go blow your boss away because you're sick? I don't think so. Now I realize this is not to silence anybody either. Results are singling out specific years that are different from others. Likewise, data associated with the effects of gun control, ladies and gentlemen. We've had no effects of gun control. There's been no talk about it because Congress don't want to be bothered with it. Nobody wants to get into this subject. Well, I'll tell you what, it's high time we get into it. Because our generation coming up, the ones that are being educated right now, are in extreme danger, and their life is in extreme danger too. Because you never know who's got the damn gun in their pocket or hiding in their waistband with their shirt covering it up. Why? Because they're mad at home, or they're mad at something that happened at work, or they're mad because they're separating with their wife or their significant other or something. That's not a reason to blow somebody away, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to tell you. Violence isn't the answer. Pretty soon somebody's going to learn this, I hope. I mean, it's fine to want to protect yourself. It's fine to want to protect your family, your home, your belongings. I'm sure you worked hard to get them. I'm sure it took you many, many years to obtain what you have, and are still working to pay on some of it, more likely. Average Americans work to pay bills. They make the money to watch it go bye-bye. And it don't even give you a reach around or a kiss. How rude. Bill is a really rude person. I'd be careful of him. I don't know which is worse, a gun or Bill. You take the choice. Personally, I'd rather have Bill because lead hurts. And lead leaves a very big gaping hole. Okay? That could end your life. Or make you brain dead and leave you a vegetable laying in a hospital bed, and the hospital gets to collect thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars to keep you there and keep you alive. Why? Because everybody still thinks there's hope, when there really is no hope, unfortunately, and all too often that's the case. All too often we leave behind our loved ones, our children, our family, left to pick up the pieces to move on. Left to figure out how to bury that loved one, how to say goodbye. What if it's young kids and their father was shot because he was a teacher at the school, or a principal at the school, or an assistant principal, or something of that nature? What did he do to deserve a piece of lead to be shoved into his chest at a high rate of speed? Nothing. That's like gangbanging. That's like gay bashing. What is the problem, people? Do you need somebody to tell you to sit down, shut up, and quit the bullshit? There, I said it. You happy now? I don't want to be like that. I don't. I want to be a loving, Christian-type man with a family that feels safe sending his children to school, that feels safe knowing that other children are safe going to that school, since they're going to take our place one day. They're going to have enough hell to pay taking our place. Do you really want to leave them this too? You can't combat a bullet that's flying through the air. We don't move at the speed of light. We cannot leap buildings at a single bound. We're not super people. And we're not Data on the Enterprise. Okay? Now I could have downloaded this, had it pre-recorded. I could have done a lot of things. But it's easier to do research if I do it myself. And I can't do it myself if I let my smartphone do it, or my tablet do it, or somebody else do it for me. So sit down, relax, and don't turn the knob just yet, because you don't know what I'm going to say. You want to know, you want to learn, you want to understand, you want to know what to look for, what the situation is? Well, here it is. Many aspects of gun control issue are best measured and sometimes can only be